Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and this is the first issue of the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Collection, the official Warhammer Age of Sigmar Collection. Now this is obviously a special price for the first issue, as they always do with these things. It contains 13 miniatures, 6 dice and 1 ruler. Obviously a fair bit of plastic for a very good price. Continuing, it's a new series, but similar to the other Warhammer, the 40k Conquest magazine series. The same sort of thing, but the Sigmar version, as far as I can tell. I'll just go through basically what's in the pack and what we got, and look at what's up next. I don't think, well, no, I'm not going to be collecting this. It's not my sort of thing. They're coming in far too fast and furious for me to keep up with them. And it doesn't really interest me to play the game at all. But I thought a lot of people are going to be interested in the new series, so I'll give you an idea as to what it is and what it is about, and you can decide whether you want to pick it up and go through from there. Issue 2 in 2 weeks at your newsagent. I think it's weekly, but they often do the first week for 2 weeks to give people a chance to start off. Yeah, next time you get more. What we got for 4 figures, a paintbrush, and some white. Corex white, is that? I can't quite read it, but yes. So this time let's open the packet and I'll show you a quick look through the magazine and a quick look at what you get. Right, first up you get 6 dice, which normal 6-sided dice, just for playing the game, I would assume, for random chancey things. So yeah, they're always nice to have, but there we go. We have bases for some of the things. Now I do notice that either they're not cut and moulded particularly well, because you've still got, there should be a complete slot through there like that. A couple of them are just sort of not finished very well across the top, but there we go. That's, they're cheap enough. So there's obviously 9 that need bases. Did say 13? Yeah, 13 miniatures, so there's obviously 4 that are different or whatever. So that's those. You get the ruler, which is all to do with the game. It's movement things. It's just a plastic, very thin plastic, but obviously for playing over the scenery and figuring out how far your units can move, depending on, I don't know, the dice roll or the movement, the piece in question. The 2 sprues you get. Oh, sorry, 10 bases, not 9 bases. There's 10 bases. 2 sprues. I'll come back to those in a moment. Let's have a look. In the paperwork we get quite a lot. There's what have we got? Issue 1, which has got lots of stuff in it. I'll have a look through that in a moment. A free poster that will go up on the wall behind me. That's obviously going to be the big thingy. Subscriber gifts. We have a page of something that for some reason is not attached to the back of the magazine. I don't know. And a cardboard, probably game board. It'll probably tell me in the bits that I haven't read. So yes, we have, obviously that means something. Right, let's get the bits out of the way that I don't need to know about. That's those. Let's have a quick look at this. This is the poster, which tells you about subscriber gifts. If you subscribe from 1, 2, 3 or 4, you'll get some free gifts. You get a binder, a painting handle, a paint pot, a palette pad, 3 other brushes, a small mould line remover, and some clippers. The premium subscription, £2 more per issue, so it's quite an expensive one. I don't know, there seem to be 4 premium sets exploring other forces, each with a 32 page and miniatures. It's got down the bottom here. So yeah, there's a whole chunk of extra army that you get. Some extra paints. No extra paints in the 4th one. That's, yeah. I don't know how many issues this is going to run to, but that's going to work out fairly expensive. But there's a lot of plastic in there that they're including with it, so might be worthwhile to you. Let's have a look. Welcome to the Mortal Realms. This is your gateway into the Mortal Realms, where the mighty army of order, chaos, destruction, and death clash across war-torn lands. You'll collect, build and paint armies of incredible miniatures to recreate brutal wars of the Age of Sigmar in exciting tabletop games. So yeah, let's have a look. The next page. This is obviously getting far too big to show on camera, but a bit about collecting, learn to paint, and we supply paints and brushes. Play, because we give you dice and a ruler. Build, step-by-step instructions. That's probably what you're going to end up with by the looks of it. Build your armies week by week and collect all of this, it says. So yes, you get a Nighthaunt army. That's quite a big kit in there. I don't know what they're called or any of them, but yes, there's some nice bits in there. And the Stormcast Eternals army, which these three look like the ones that I've probably got at least 2 of today, because they're the gold colour. Again, another nice centrepiece. And some terrain. Big towery sort of gothic things, large statues. Again, fairly nice. Let's see if I can get the actual poster. Mortal Realms poster. It's a big dude with a axe thing. You'll find this on the wall behind me on my next next stream that you can see me on. I shall put that up momentarily, probably above the over the X-ring for now. Right, so that's that. Now the magazine itself. Let's move the camera down a touch so we can see more of it. Right, this is obviously again full of stuff to get you to subscribe. Make sure you don't miss. Drop this card at your newsagent. Delivered to your door next week. As I say, paint and a paintbrush. The week after, more paint, some glue, a couple of tools. Whether they're for subscribing, yeah, that might be. They're the free gifts for subscribing by the looks of it. So next week you get one paintbrush and one paint, and then you get one paint. But if you subscribe, you'll get extra stuff. Yeah, it tells you what you get free with which deliveries and things, just by sending that card back and telling them where to get all your money from. And that's again the premium subscribers issue. There we go. Flesh Eater Quartz, Sylvaneth, Auric Warclans, and Blades of Corn. So that's so the subscription, a bonus subscription thing. Right, the magazine itself tells you how to do your first battle and things. The realms, information about the Stormcast Eternals, sequitors, some nicely painted pictures to give you some ideas. Night haunts and war gear and enchanted robes, and yeah, again, nice sort of diorama display sort of modelling. Then you get the how to build. Cut them off, stick them together. Not tricky. I would expect they're not going to tell you anything about painting in the first issue because they didn't give you any paints. Basically it just says put this bit here, put that bit there, and there you go, you're done. And to do the chain rasp is exactly the same, just put all the bits together, not tricky. You've finished! Now you have 3 fully assembled sectors and 10 terrifying chain rasps. Before long you'll be adding yet more Citadel miniatures to your new collection. So yes, it's got a how to paint. Yeah, they're not really telling you how to paint yet, but they obviously will start next week, saying this is what you could do. One of those. Obviously a game in progress down there. How to play. Yep, it's showing you on that card that I showed you earlier. A quick game using the 3 sequitors, and well, there are 3. I only saw 2 bases on there, but there's 3. Yeah, so you've got those against those as a quick squad battle type thing. Showing you how to play if you want to know. So you can start playing straight away as soon as you built them. Obviously they don't need painting before you can play. So yeah, and then obviously issues 2 and 3 telling you what you got coming up. So let's look at the plastic that we get. These are obviously the chain rasps, and these are the I want to say Night Haunt, but not, they're sequitors. Yeah, it's plastic. It's not the same proper Warhammer plastic. It's the cheaper version, as it were. Exactly the same as it was with the original Conquest magazine. But the moulding looks good. It's all good. They've got 3 different bases for those. So yeah, they look fine. They're not wildly exciting mouldings or anything, but a fair amount of detail in there. All good. And these obviously being the chainy, floaty people. Again, the chains look quite clear, quite nice. I do like the ones that sort of float and use a little bit of chain or scenery to make them float. So that's going to be quite interesting to look at. Yeah, so these are obviously the 10 that have got the bases there. These 3 have got their own bases. That's why there's only 10 bases. So yes, that's that. I'll probably get 1 or 2 of these put together. I won't do it on camera because it's just basically following the instructions and sticking bits together. But then we'll see what they look like. So I'll get 1 of each made up, and you can have a look and see. And there they are. That's just the first sequitur stuck together. Oh, not even stuck together, just push fit together. It's all held together very nicely. The pins are quite good shapes. Lots of detail on there, you can see, obviously working quite well. Let me zoom in a touch. There we go. So yeah, there's lots to see, lots to paint on that. And the first of the brass people. Again, a fair bit of detail on there. Not quite such a good fit, although it's pushed together as far as it will go. There's still a bit of a seam line down there, but nothing a little bit of gluing wouldn't fix. And obviously the base is not an ideal fit, just being a push fit. You'd need to glue him on the base as well. But all in all, for £3 you can't go far wrong with a few of those. So there you go. So there you go. That's the sort of what's in the packet quick review for £2.99 or the equivalent in your local currency. I think they're available many places in the world now. It's worth picking up, if nothing but for getting, you know, a dozen figures. Fun painting experiments for, you know, can't go far wrong for the price, and a poster. So yeah, if that's your thing, then you might want to think about subscribing to it. If it's not your thing, then pick one up anyway, because it can't hurt to, you know, have more things to paint. And the more support this sort of thing gets at the early few weeks, the more likely they are to do other things that you might enjoy. So yeah, as I say, I won't be continuing with it, but yeah, I might pick up the occasional one if I see them, if they're, you know, nice things. I would expect the large figures are going to be done over 2 or 3 weeks, so you're not just going to be able to spend £8 or £10 for picking up one figure that would normally be 40 or 50. But you know, it's a cheaper way of doing it if you're after getting a collection of these things. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've got an idea as to what you can get without spending the money, but go and spend the money, because it's £3. See you soon for more stuff, and thanks for watching. Bye.